Ah! Gold.
I think it just needs a bloody good clean.
We're going to be using the Tru-design skin fitting and Seacocks.
We're Becca and Zach, a couple who recently, after years of dreaming, bought ourselves a beautiful 40-foot Colvic Victor sailboat. Life is short and the world is wide, and there are so many lessons to be learned. Laughs shared, people met, adventures had, and nautical miles to be sailed. And this is our way of sharing it all with you. Welcome to the Tay-Lee. Bloody doing it.
Last week we were hauled out for the first time and spent most of the time checking the boat over, removing anodes, doing a few little epoxy repairs and figuring out the mysterious ticking noise coming from our hull.
You don't think that's our depth thing at the moment?
This week it's plain sailing because we just have to put a lick of anti-foul on and we'll be good, right? That would be far too easy.
I'm looking at Seacocks and I've gone round. We have a total of 14, which is quite a lot. Gone round and done a little diagram for each one. And we're going to go around, open and shut every one of them, which I think you're meant to do like 4 times a year anyway. This is our forward toilet intake. Yeah, that's fine. That one goes like almost 360.
Yeah.
So I think it was like that to begin with.
Yeah.
We counted the Seacocks. We're going around roughing up each Seacock to see the colour of the metal underneath it. If it's golden, it's fine. If it's pink, it's not. Annoyingly, I only just realised we were meant to do this today. So Zach went around yesterday and primered all of them. Whoops.
Although we went and scratched up the skin fittings and they were gold.
That's gold.
Oh, it's gold.
Gold.
When we started taking out the suspicious Seacocks, aka the 5 which weren't Blake's, to clean and service them, we started seeing specks of pink on a few of them. This meant that it was time to investigate the skin fittings more thoroughly, and unfortunately we found 5 were all pink and therefore needed replacing.
Hi.
Did you see me?
Kinda, yeah.
I don't quite know how we can convey through video how hectic this week was, but in 5 years of doing YouTube, I have never, ever lost a memory card. This week, I lost one with a day's worth of footage on it. Did it end up in the anti-foul tin? Maybe. Did it get sanded to shreds or run over by my car, or set into epoxy or gel coat somewhere? Also a possibility. All we know is it had Zach angle grinding the old skin fittings off, which in his words was epic footage. So as you're watching him gently apply the epoxy, just imagine sparks flying, roaring flames in the backdrop, sunglasses on, beer in one hand, because that's pretty much how it went. Right, Zach? We're just in full-on work mode this week. So we're just eating such weird food that was just in our cupboard. I'm currently for lunch eating a piece of bread with just chutney on it and nothing else. No butter, no anything, because it's just rub, isn't it? Does the job.
You wanna watch me mix?
Despite the Seacocks and skin fittings taking up the majority of our time, we still had to do the other massive job while we were out, and that was anti-fouling. So grab your roller, it was time to start painting.
Get the better though. Darker it is underneath, it stops growth.
Ah, now we know! Learn something new every day.
Chuck that away and get some black.
Well, let's just not bother anti-fouling it, who knew? The first coat's on, it's 6 o'clock. And we're going to blast some tunes out and we're going to crack on until the second coat's done, because
And then we're going home.
and then we're going home and we're going to eat loads. Look at her, she's grey. Let's keep painting. The time is 7:20 and we are still painting, but the end is near. Love painting.
He likes the blue tape, I think.
Really? Oh. Zach's going around and doing all the skin fittings, sanding down the epoxy he set the other day. He's just about to take the bow thruster prop off so I can anti-foul it, and I'm going to go around and do all the extra coats of anti-foul in the high wear areas. We're really cracking through. So today's going to be a good day. It's going to be sunny. And yeah, any wise words of wisdom to this morning, Zach?
Thank you, Peter, for lending me a tool again.
Thank you, Peter, for lending us his tools again. There we go. Wise words. Woo! You finished?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. So They won't look the prettiest, but once it's all anti-fouled over and everything like that, it'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But you can see it's gone. I've taken it back to where the gel coat's just started to come through, so all of the deeper patches under there are all covered, and
Yeah.
it feels really good.
Nice.
It doesn't feel like it's protruding at all.
Well done, Zach. Today, I was like, something's missing, but I don't know what. And I slowly get more and more in my hands, and I'm like, huh, yep, it's the gloves that's missing today. I don't know if you can see, I'm really glad I'm wearing goggles because I've got so much anti-foul on the lenses, and at least it's not in my eyes.
For our new Seacocks and skin fittings, we're going to be using the Tru-design skin fitting and Seacocks with the hose attachment on the end. I'm just doing a dry fitting at the moment, so I've taken off the old Seacocks now, I've grinded the old ones back and taken them out, which was a faff. I have tidied up the mess, epoxied over the old bits into the gel coat that I went. What else have I done? I have cleaned up the old holes with a bit of sand, paper and everything like that, so it's nice and smooth and flush, so these sit nicely on it, and then I've just acetoned over it. I'm just doing a dry fitting now. I'm going to go inside and see how much it's protruding from the hole, because we don't want it going out too much, because if it's that long in the hole and it gets knocked, it's going to be a lot easier for the whole thing to come off. So I'm going to make sure it's about a centimetre or so out of the hole, and then we'll line everything up, do a nice dry fitting, and then yeah, we'll see where we go from there. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah, that worked really well.
Let me give it a go. That was a good one.
Put your finger in there.
No! Guillotine my finger. Okay, right, back to work.
I've just measured up all of the skin fittings, and they're a little bit too long for the hole, so I'm just taking off probably about a centimetre on each of them. I might file them back a little bit more, but I'd rather take off too little to begin with than too much.
While Zach was doing the bit, I had dremelled out the old sealant around the skeg plate and was re-Sikaflexing it. Along with the new rudder bolt, Zach spent hours looking for in a local shop, and the repair to the bottom, fully epoxied and sanded. The rudder situation should be good for a while. Not bad. It's a bit pitted, but I'll have to do. It's covering all the right bits, so I'll just prime over it and anti-foul, but I'm pretty happy with that. It's symmetrical, it's smooth. Job well done. Wow, Zach, this is so satisfying.
Is it looking good?
It looks amazing. It looks better than before, Zach.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Still got it?
Yep. Okay, stop. Look at that. Lovely. Just hold it while you tighten them.
Yeah, good.
Go backwards, isn't it?
No. Right, now I don't want to put too much on here because I don't want to get any towards the ball valve at the back, but I want to get enough so that it does give it a really good seal. That'll do nicely.
Very health and safety orientated, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, even a little bit more if you can. Yeah, there. Maybe I should measure from there, because that...
Yeah, it might be the vinyl strip.
Yay?
Yeah, it matches the anti-foul.
Perfect,
Yeah?
yeah, no problems whatsoever.
The camera cut out about 5 minutes ago though. Hey, that's good.
So happy. Waited months for that. Oh, I love the name on it. It looks so good. Very much cheese.
finally fitted.
Woo.
So the first thing we got when we got out.
Yeah, well done.
We've just got our last beefy Seacock and skin fitting, so we're going to check all that's done, and then I'm going to Seacock it all up and put it all together. That'll be the last skin fitting that needs fitting. All I need to do with the other ones is, and this one, once it's all dried from the Seacock, is go around, tighten it a little bit, and then once I've done that, we can primer it, paint it twice with anti-foul, and then connect all the hoses up, and we're done, yeah?
Yeah, nice. Look at that.
This is stupid.
That is kind of stupid.
It's not, is it?
I don't think it's going anywhere. It's high. Zach's put a half turn on the skin fittings with the Seacock. Now it's been 24 hours and I'm just going around and I'm just using a Stanley knife just to tidy it up on the home straight. So satisfying. Someone came and collected the platform, which we just thought was just a marina property. Apparently it wasn't, it belonged to someone, but they were fine. They were like, yeah, we saw you were busy using it, so we left you to it. So that was really nice. They took it away before I finished that strip because there was a wibbly wobbly bit.
Oh no, Zach!
What's up?
The seagull just stole all our chocolate.
Really?
Yeah.
They're awful. Oh, where was it?
On the stool.
A seagull just flew off with an entire block of chocolate that we had, that we just bought. It flew off with it all. I've also done the gel coat. Colour matched it actually this time. So fingers crossed. Oh yeah, that's so much better. Oh, I think I've got the gel coat colour. Yes! Zach is being a true hero right now. Our heads have been a bit gross, and what's happened is there's calcium build-up, but Zach's just hitting against the wall. We tried some chemically stuff, but it didn't really work. So while we're out, we just thought it'd be really good. Oh, it's really gross. Just hitting against the wall to break it all up, and it's coming out, which is just such a nice... Well, it's a horrible job, but it will be so much nicer when it's done. Zach, you're a hero. It's launch day, woo! It's 7:30 right now. And I'm just in my car because I'm outside for the morning because Zach is on work calls, and I'm just picking the times when he's not on a call to start sanding. But yeah, countdown's on. Really excited to get back in the water and test everything out. We stayed on the boat last night in the yard, which we haven't done all week, and it was an interesting experience because not only are all the Seacocks, well, we can't use any sinks or toilets anyway because it comes straight out into the yard, but also because Zach's disconnected them all to do the Seacocks. So we've got by with our washing up is out there in a bucket, and it's been working, but it'll be so nice to get back in the water. It's kind of funny because I think if this week has shown, let me point at you with my metal ruler, I think if this week is showing you anything, is that boat life is just not all like champagne and sailing into the sunset and doing minimal work. It's like so much work. Like we calculated to now, we've done 70 hours on the boat this week, and it probably has been more, to be fair. We've been starting boat work at least 8 every morning and then finishing at like 7. Last night we finished at 8:30. Yeah, and haven't really stopped for lunch. We haven't even eaten lunch really. Most days it gets to like 4 o'clock and we're like, we should eat lunch, and then we're like, well, we can have dinner in an hour, so let's just do power on and do that. So yeah, it's been an exhausting week. Mentally, physically. We have, for our first haul out anyway, we've done so many different things, but we figured it all out, and Tay-Lee is literally looking better than ever, so yeah, happy days. It's just starting to rain, so I've got to get to it. Oh, I think it was tight enough. Yeah, that isn't dry because I left a bag over it overnight. Apparently it didn't get enough air. To be fair, it does say 24 hours and it's probably been 12, but it's not dry enough. Black lines are forming because it's sticky still. Oh well, it is what it is. I've just got to try and do everything else and then come back to that in a bit and hope it doesn't rain. Okay, it's raining, but I'm going in now and I'm using this buffing pad thing and some polish, and I'm polishing the boat. Okay, so at the moment we are literally held in the crane and Zach's up the ladder. So it was really funny because they said they'd lift us at 12 today because we're going back in at 1. So they said they'd lift us so we could do the bits where the blocks are. But we thought they were going to put us back down and just shuffle us so we didn't get the paint off the boat. So they just said, right, she's yours. And I was like, oh no, we don't have anything ready. The paint and everything, because we just assumed we'd be put back down. They were like, no, it's fine, you can go on the boat. She's just held in the crane for an hour, it's fine. We're just getting lowered down now and we're going to hop on when it's down there to check all the skin fittings and Seacock, so fingers crossed they're watertight. How are you feeling, Zach?
A bit nervous.
Quite happy?
Yeah, happy but nervous.
I think that's natural. Look at her though, she's a beauty. She's going in. We're in, Zach. How are the Seacocks looking?
They're good. I'm just going to go around and check them all again.
The boat is a state. Wow, that was a quick turnaround. We checked all the Seacocks. We actually double checked them. There's still our stuff left up in the boatyard because they were like, we're going, and we're like, okay, final coat of antifoul on. Breathe. We're listing again, Zach.
Yeah.
We had a week off. You okay? Don't fall in the bilge. When we were rushing around, we both fell in the same bilge.
Right, just keep going and checking.
Yeah. Well, the wind's quite strong, Zach. It's going to be interesting coming round.
Seacocks look pretty good to me.
We're going to head back to our berth, but it's about 15 knots out there and it's quite windy, so it's going to be an experience getting back, but it'll be fine. We've just got to really take into consideration where the wind's coming from and what it's going to do to our boat. Oh. So we're back in our berth, and with 15 knots off our bow, it was a little spicy. We got a bit crooked at times, but really proud of myself because I reversed back and I went in again, and I took 2 power breaths, which I don't know where it came from, but in the channel just then I was like, take some power breaths. And I felt great. It was really gusting on us, but we did it. And Seacocks are fine, all the taps work, everything works. We did it!
It's looking good.
First haul out, a success! Right, now we need a strong drink and a night's sleep. Oh, and a shower. Look at this jumper. It's so gross. So yeah,